Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
Welcome back. Okay, Savannah,
Woo!
can
But
you believe that this is already episode 5?
honestly, that's kind of crazy. I feel like we just did the first one.
No, I know, but do you remember when, the goal was 5?
Yes.
Look at us. We already
I
made it.
know. Now our goal is 10.
Yeah, the goal is definitely 10. And the goal is to at least we need more listeners. So if
Yeah,
you're
tell your
listening,
friends.
please tell your friends. Because this is just, it's fun and we want people to hear it.
Exactly. We need to spread the joy, the knowledge.
The knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Well, I mean, it's not like this stuff's like it's just like knowledge of stories.
Yeah.
So
Knowledge of random facts that are fun to tell people when you don't have anything else
yeah,
to talk about.
exactly.
So, yeah. So, last week, Savannah, you promised me you were having an intro topic. So, do you have anything to talk
Okay.
about?
I mean, kind of.
Good.
All right, actually. All right, so I have a few things.
Yay.
So this is random, and I don't know if it's interesting or not, but there's a vent to my bathroom, and it leads to outside, right?
Yeah.
And there's a bird that keeps coming in it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it happens every year,
What?
and we haven't closed the hole outside. Like there's a hole outside of the house, I guess, and it gets in.
Wow, who are you? Snow
Yeah.
White?
I guess.
Wow.
Oh my god. And in years before, I've been able to hear it, flapping its wings and chirping and stuff, but I haven't heard it.
Oh. But
We just saw it leave the house
I was going
earlier.
to say, how do you know it's in there?
Yeah. So that's fun. If
that
anyone
is
knows how
fun.
to do get rid of a bird, I guess we could just close we need to
Yeah, but don't close it
get
in there.
screws on. I know. Yeah. See, that's the hard part.
Yeah, that is tough. I had a bird, well, not a bird, I had a bat in my house one time that came in through the chimney, and then we opened
Oh
it,
my god.
and that was a mess.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
It was. It really was.
I don't think it would get in the house. Well, I hope not. Anyway.
Well, no, I don't think it could. It would have to break through the vent.
Yeah, and
It would have
go
to
in
be
the
a
bathroom,
Thunderbird.
so- Yeah. Oh my god, maybe it is.
It's not.
Okay, and I have a few other things. So last night I watched The Force Awakens.
It was so late over there.
I know, honestly,
Your
but I was
opinion?
heartbroken.
I know.
I don't want to say any spoilers, but I was so upset at this one part. If you've seen it,
I mean, everybody's seen it.
you know.
Savannah.
No, well, I mean, I didn't see it until yesterday.
Well, I know. I'm not going to spoil it, but everybody on Earth, basically.
Yeah, you know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Okay, but I was watching with Garrett, my boyfriend, and I asked
Garrett.
him, I was like, what should I talk about for the intro? And I was like, Taylor's making me have a topic. And he's like, oh, you can talk about, I don't know, cheese. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, cheddar, brie. I was like, what?
Oh my god, the amount of that is just such a Garrett thing to say. I know we've talked about Garrett
No,
and
but I
didn't
think-
explain who he was
Yeah.
in the past. It's Savannah's boyfriend, my friend, a goof. He doesn't even
Yeah.
listen to the podcast, so he doesn't even know we're talking about him right now. So that's funny.
He might listen to this part, so hi.
Yeah. Hey Garrett.
But we might actually do an episode with him eventually, because he said that he would want to. I asked him again.
Ooh. So he
And he
wants to,
said-
but he doesn't listen. What's he
No,
going to talk
said
about?
that
Cheese?
he's ready. No, he said he has something
He
ready.
already has something ready?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I can only imagine what it is. Oh,
No,
wow.
I think he was referencing a meme when he said that too, but I didn't get it, so it was
Yeah.
just random.
Typical. Well,
But anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
he said he has something crazy to say. So
Oh.
I'm excited for that. He said whenever we get together next, have a live podcast with us in the same actual room.
oh, that's why you were talking about that.
Yeah, so when we come to visit you or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live
so us
episode.
three.
That would
Yeah.
be so fun. Okay, well, stick around if you want to hear that. Y'all might not know who
Yeah,
Garrett
honestly,
is, but
it'll definitely be so funny.
that one will be probably my favorite episode.
Because I think we told him to make up his own legend.
Yeah.
So, I'm
Yeah.
ready for that one.
Yes. Fun fact, Garrett, one time I asked him, because we all went to college together, and I asked him if he would write like this discussion post for me
Oh my god.
for one of my classes, because I like was busy or sick. I don't know. Something was wrong with me. I didn't want to do it. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. And I was like, okay. He had my computer for literally an hour. And I was like, okay, this man is about to submit this. I'm about to get an A. He wrote a whole article, a whole discussion post, a fake discussion post about corn. It was about corn. So I'm just like,
Oh my god, do you still have that saved somewhere? You have to like
yeah,
post it or something.
I definitely probably do.
That is so funny.
You gotta find it. But yeah, so who knows what is to be expected when Garrett comes
I
on.
know. Honestly, true.
That's so funny. Ooh, I have something. So
Okay.
we know the assistants, Kiki and Juju, our little podcast assistants. Well, baby Keeks got really sick a couple days ago. Really bad. Like, wasn't eating, was not drinking water at all. But we took her to the vet today.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, last night it was, like, really bad. Like, it was just so sad. But Dana took her to the vet today. And they gave her medicine. And she's so much better. Like, she's not fully better. But she came home and, like, we gave her the medicine or whatever. And now she's all prowling around, like, eating. I heard her crunching on some food, drinking some water. So
Well, that's good.
she's healthy, but
Oh my
she's
God.
resting. So the assistant today is Juju. He's here. He's kind of sleeping on the job, if I'm not gonna lie, but we'll wake him up when he needs.
I
When
do
we
that
need some
too,
notes.
so.
Yeah. Funny.
Okay. Well, the last thing I wanted to say is, so our stories have all been like, we've said before that they're just mysteries, myths, and legends. That's the title.
Yes.
We just want to say again, don't take like stuff that we say like too seriously.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we don't really know
we
what
don't really
we're talking
say it
about.
that much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
true.
we don't know really
It's like
anything.
most of the stuff is just like legends that we find by
Yeah.
Googling and yeah.
Basically, I just
But-
want to talk about things that I know that's weird and cool.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that because my story this time is mostly from a Reddit post, which, you can tell is not really a good quality source of like real information.
Yeah.
But it's fun, so
Yeah, who cares
we're
if it's
gonna
true?
go for
Who
it.
cares if it's true? Who cares if it's not true?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna just say everything is alleged on this podcast. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
maybe we should
Unless we say otherwise.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
So now into my campfire story.
I'm so excited. I don't know.
This
We don't
honestly-
know what we're talking about again this
Okay,
week. And
yeah.
for real this time, like we didn't make any guesses. I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm really
All right.
excited.
Well, this is actually like, it seems sort of like a campfire story to me almost,
Yes.
Because it has to do with woods,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I don't know, but I'm ready to know.
So, Taylor, have you heard about the stairs in the National Forest?
Yes. I have.
Yes. See?
It's
I
so
knew you
weird.
knew
Like the
about it.
staircases.
Yes.
Oh, I hate it. Oh,
Okay.
I'm not ready,
So-
but I am.
It's mostly like this, like, whole thing started recently. Well, actually, there are some like older stories, I guess, older legends of stairs in the forests and stuff, but there's like a modern upsurgence of this topic from the past like 5 years, I think, because of this one Reddit post.
Oh.
And it was on this Reddit like r/no sleep.
Oh, I
don't really go on Reddit.
love the no sleep Reddit. It's the best one.
Oh, I like never go on Reddit, so I don't even know what that means. Is it like a thread of it?
It's
or
like a
something?
thread.
Like,
Yeah, it is. And like,
yeah.
fun fact, actually, there is shout out to this podcast because it's one of my favorites and it's like one of the first I ever listened to. The No Sleep podcast. They literally just like
Oh.
read the no sleep stories like
Oh
on the
my
podcast.
god, I've actually heard of that. I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
It was
that's
a
what it's
Reddit thing.
from. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna read some of the stuff from the No Sleep post on here.
Yes.
The post was really long. It was like a bunch of different like parts. I don't even know if I read all the parts. I got to like 6 or 7 and I was like, is there more? Like there's a lot. But we'll get the general idea of what this guy's talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is the guy who's making this post, he said that he's a search and rescue officer for the National Forests in the US.
Ooh, nice.
And he tells of like different things he's seen on his years on the job, right?
Well, I'm sure he's seen
And
a
like
lot.
yeah, and like his friends' stories and stuff like that. So there's like people disappearing out of nowhere,
Yeah.
happens, I guess.
Typical woods.
People dying in crazy freak accidents in the woods. There's
Scary.
something about the bear man.
Oh,
Have you heard of that? Because
no.
that one I might need to come back with. That's
The
kind
Bear
of
Man.
crazy
That
all on
reminds
its
me of
own.
Midsummer. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Okay,
I need to see
honestly,
that one too.
no, I don't think that you do.
Oh.
That one's bad. No, it's like really good, but
Okay, like I've definitely heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
it's like the craziest, most gruesome movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, maybe I'll stay away from that one.
Yeah, maybe you should.
But yeah, he talks about the bear man in a few of his little stories, and says that like there was like a girl and a boy walking with their mom, and the boy was taken, or actually both of them were taken, and then the girl was like brought back, and the girl was like, "Oh yeah, the bear man took my brother to live with him."
I don't like that.
And it's like, yeah, it's really creepy.
Wait, so but where did she go? Like, did she say?
Well, to the bear man's like house, I guess. I don't know.
But like, could she get back to the Bear Man's house? Like, they didn't try to
I don't
go
know.
find this
Well,
little
there
boy.
wasn't really much else about it, I guess. It was just like a short little thing. I really do want to look more into that one because it's like
Yeah,
really creepy.
yeah, that one sounds very scary. I would not want to get abducted by no bear man.
Yeah.
No way.
Okay. But the most intriguing part of his stories is the stairs in the forest, which are super crazy and creepy. So just like imagine being in the forest, right? And like you're just walking on a trail like 30 to 40 miles out into the forest. So like you drove out there and then you're like hiking or whatever, and you just see like a random set of stairs that
no.
look like they shouldn't be there. Like obviously there's stairs in the woods sometimes for like a trail,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are supposed to be there.
But this looks like from a house or something. I think I've seen pictures like where they look like really fancy, like fancy.
They look like they're cut and pasted from a house.
Yeah, like as
That's
if a
what this
house.
guy says too. He says they're like cut and paste. Yeah, or like a building or something. But like, what would you do if you saw those? Like,
Okay, to be honest, I do know like a little bit of this story, and so like I know you're like not really supposed to, but I would, if I literally came across some stairs in the woods, I would get up on them and be like, take a picture of me.
okay, maybe it's just because I have read these stories, but I don't think I would.
Well, I mean, no.
I mean, I would
now,
like
no.
look at them and be like, wow, that's actually crazy because I know sort of about these stories now.
Is it crazy that
But-
even though I do know some things, like I still would probably go on them if, like, I feel like
Maybe.
the chances of me finding one to climb are just so
Yeah.
slim that if I did
Yeah.
find that, I feel like I would have no other choice but to climb them. So,
I don't know. They just creep me out.
yeah, it's definitely scary.
But honestly, I kind of do want to see them one day, but I don't want to actually ever climb them or anything,
Yeah.
It'd just be cool to see that.
We have to, okay, Juju, plan us a trip to whatever forest this guy said he works in, and we're going to go try to find some.
Yeah, honestly, any national forest, I think, should have some.
Okay, interesting.
So, okay. So, he says that, like, other people from his team and his, like, coworkers and stuff, they say that it's common to see these, right?
Common? Well, okay, scratch what I just said. Maybe then.
Well, I guess, okay, it's more common for them because they're search and rescue people,
Yeah,
right?
they're in there all the time in the woods.
So, it's because, like, people go missing near them,
Oh.
you know?
Oh, okay, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, so, like, he said he starts to see the stairs every, like, 5 rescues he goes on.
No way.
Which means that it could be connected to the missing people. But also, that gets into, do you remember from, like, psychology, it's like correlation equal causation?
Yes, yes.
I, like, thought about that. I was like, oh, I should put
Yeah,
that.
I mean, also, like, since there are multiple stairs, like, if there are just multiple stairs, like, in these woods, there ought to be somebody go missing near some stairs, you know? Like, if there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, so, like, either way, I don't know. Are they causing it? Is it just that they're going missing
Yeah.
just because? Or, I don't know. This guy says that it's because of the stairs, but,
Ooh,
Oh, I just
scary.
hit something. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole thing is they tell him don't go near them.
Oh, don't even go near them?
Don't go near them. Don't
Okay.
climb them. Like, absolutely, under no circumstances, climb the stairs. Do not.
Okay. Actually, I
Because,
think I want to change my
like,
answer.
bad things happen when you go near them. Like, bad things can happen to you or to other people.
No.
So it's just like bad things happen around you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he said that they actually started to make him like feel weird when he was in the presence of them. So he's like, I don't like being near this because it's like they don't belong and I shouldn't have found it here, you know?
Ew.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Why does it still make me just want to go climb them though?
No, do not. All right, one of the stories he tells goes over like the things that have happened when people climb these stairs. Somebody had went up to the top, and when they got up to the top, their hand got cut off.
Oh, how? What do you
But
mean?
it like disappeared.
Um. Okay. That's
Like wasn't bloody or anything. Cut
just
off, disappeared.
like
No hand
what?
anymore.
Like just no. Like what? A nub or like was it bleeding?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's so
No, no
weird.
blood.
Okay. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. People have disappeared from them, as I already said. Somebody, like a lady, passed out from climbing them, and then she later died from that.
Oh,
Somebody's brain exploded, he said.
oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no.
And I was like, that one's a little crazy.
That one messes me up really bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So one of his friends in the story, he says that he found some stairs when he was like a rookie, like he was just starting the job as a search and rescue. And he found some brand new stairs, like they look like
Oh.
they should be in a house. And they were
Ew.
like pristine with like white carpet on them.
What?
Yeah. And they had
Imagine
no
that being your first day.
I know. Or like at least even your first week, like I don't know.
Right? No, I would quit immediately.
No, but he said that it felt new. Like he touched it, it felt new, and it was like,
He touched it.
yeah.
Oh no, is he okay?
And there was like no dirt on it, even though it's in the middle of the woods. Obviously, it would be dirty.
Okay, how did it get there?
I don't know.
Aliens.
Honestly, I don't know. But he said that he climbed the stairs and stood at the top for a minute and just like looked around. And
That's
then
what
he
I would do.
realized he couldn't hear anything anymore. It was just like
Oh, what?
it was just like a buzzing, like you know when you get like tinnitus.
So he literally went
But
deaf.
he like couldn't hear anything, and it just like felt weird. He's like basically like I shouldn't be up here, you know. And then he got down and joined his group again, and like everything went back to normal, I guess. And his manager or whatever, he like yelled at him for going up the stairs, even though nobody saw him. He's like, I know you went up them.
What? How do you
Because
know?
because the person they were looking for disappeared. They like they obviously didn't know where they were already, but they had a search dog like looking for him, and the dog lost the scent.
No.
And they were like, it's because you climbed the stairs.
No.
And now
That's
that person's just
horrible.
like gone forever. Like, thanks a lot, guy.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's sad.
So bad things can happen to other people too. So that's why you shouldn't go.
Okay,
there.
that's why. Okay. Final answer, I'm not going to climb the stairs even though I really want to.
I know, right? Okay. So there's a few other things. That one was just crazy to me. I
Yeah,
had
that
to
one's
say that, like,
insane.
full thing. I know. That one I feel like I could tell around like a campfire.
You could definitely
know?
tell that one around the campfire.
All right. So I already said there's like so many parts to this story, like different pages, threads. In part 5 and like partly in 4, he talks about how the National Park Service is covering this all up.
No. Conspiracy theory time.
And like he doesn't say it, but his stories are like other people telling him stuff. So like other people are saying this to this guy, you know?
Yeah. Wow. Interesting that both of our stories have a cover up.
well, I still don't know what you're talking about. But,
Soon you will.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know about the whole conspiracy thing, but I
Yeah.
have heard some things about the national parks being kind of crazy.
No, I was just gonna say that. I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories about the park, so I feel like that's not like necessarily
Too
too
far
far
off.
off. Yeah.
I don't know though, because like I've heard about them, but I haven't heard, like, seen that many details. Like, I haven't seen that much proof on, like, national park actual conspiracies.
Yeah.
Like, to say that they're
Dang.
real.
Interesting.
Like, have you, like, I see
No.
stuff on TikTok about them. Like,
Yeah.
oh, have you seen the ones, like, there's
Yes.
cannibals in the national
Yeah. Well, that one
forest?
might be true,
I
honestly.
mean, I want to
But
believe them, but I don't see
I don't know.
anything.
I feel like the national forests are just so big. Like it's hard to know like what's really inside them. You know what I'm saying? Like really anything could really be inside of them.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that's the reason people, like, fall into them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely.
Okay. Well, the last thing that I thought was, like, really interesting about these stories is he says stuff about, like, stairs being flipped upside down too.
Huh? What do you mean?
Yeah.
That's so
Like,
weird.
yeah. Like, he didn't actually say a lot about it, but it's like, can you just imagine
Yeah,
seeing...
have you ever been to Myrtle Beach? Yeah, we went together.
Well, yeah.
Okay, wait, do you remember like the upside down building called Wonderworks? Because that's what I imagine.
Yes.
But like
Yeah.
just stairs.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how would you even climb those ones though, you
I
know?
don't think that you would be able to, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have some theories too about this stuff.
Give them to me.
Because I was trying to look up other stories of, like, people who have run into stairs in the woods. But then I ran into this whole thing about, like, theories on this post
Ooh.
in particular. So, all right. One theory is that there are just, like, foundations left by old houses, like settlements that were abandoned,
Yeah.
which I guess could be true for some of them, but it doesn't explain the one that was, like, brand new.
No, and it also doesn't really explain, like, I feel like, why would the whole entire rest of the house be gone and just the stairs left? Like,
I mean, I guess if it's, like, a really sturdy staircase.
I guess, but, like, if they
I
made the
don't know.
staircase so sturdy, why would they not make the rest of the house sturdy?
I mean, true, but don't they say to get under, like, a staircase if you don't have a basement in, like,
yeah.
a tornado and stuff?
I guess. I mean, I always heard the bathroom, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I guess they do.
Well,
I guess stairs do have to be, like, really strong in general, so
yeah.
maybe that makes sense. But I don't believe it.
Okay. There's another theory that they were built for devil worship
Yep, that's
or
the
dark
one.
gatherings.
It's always about the devil, some way or the other.
Or it's like a portal to the underworld. So basically, the
That's what
same
I was gonna
thing
say.
as what you said last week.
No,
the
I know.
Devil's Tramping Ground.
Yeah, no, I was really gonna say that earlier. Like, what if all these stairs like are just like portals to hell, just like the circle was? Who knows?
I mean, maybe, but also, wait, you would have to be walking down them to get there, though, right?
What if you just like? I mean, I don't know. Like, it seems kind of like when you climb up them, it's like you're in like a different world. So, like, what if it's just like
Yeah,
the upside down? You know?
Yeah, could be.
Who knows?
Okay, I think you're gonna like this one too. A landing space for alien crafts.
Yep, that's the one. That's it.
So they, like, land there, and then they, have a staircase to walk down. They're, like, floating in the air.
I was like, what do
or
you mean they land on the steps?
Or they're, like, their things are so tall that they, like, reach the top,
Yeah. Wait, that is. What if that's real? No, I know it's not, but like,
Could be.
interesting.
That would make more sense if it's out in, like, the desert. Because
Yeah,
I
like
feel
how are
they
you
go
gonna
out
land
into
on the
desert.
trees in the forest?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe it was in the olden days.
True.
I don't know. It could be a gateway to another universe. Not the underworld, but, like,
Yeah.
another universe. Different from that theory.
Yeah. I like that theory.
Yeah,
That's
me
that's
too.
what makes me want to like go up the stairs, but I feel like it's like a bad universe, so maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, I know. Or what if you go up them and then come back down and you're in a totally different universe?
Oh, that's weird.
So that's
Wow.
why they say don't go down, don't go
Don't
up
go up them, yeah.
because you'll just change everything basically.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that.
And And that, oh my god, that would explain people disappearing.
It would because, oh, wow, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. Maybe this is the true one.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Another, okay, theory that latches onto that one. It goes to another reality where there's a house there.
Oh, that's weird.
So it's like a portal between worlds.
Okay, that's like WandaVision. I'm not spoiling.
Okay, I still have not watched
I'm
it,
not
'cause
spoiling that, but like I'm just saying that's like, and that is like WandaVision.
I'm like waiting for WandaVision to be all on.
Okay, bro, it's coming
there,
out all
so
Friday, so you might as well just watch it.
Ooh,
Like the
okay.
Friday's the last episode, so.
That's good to
If
know.
anybody watches WandaVision, can you please talk to me about it? Because nobody that I'm like really close to watches it, so I can't talk to anybody about it, and it's making me really upset.
I will.
You know what? You're
My
gonna
family
watch it
watches
too
it.
late. Savannah, you don't even watch it with your family?
No.
Wow.
They started it without me, and I didn't want to catch up.
How could they?
Okay, and after I saw that thing about portals, though, I started looking into actual portals. Like, I googled, like, are portals, like, real? To see if there's any, like, actual scientific evidence, you know?
Yeah.
There is a NASA article about portals.
Oh.
But it turns out portals are, like, just in space. So.
Okay, well.
But they do exist.
Okay. Well, how do they know, then, that it's just in space? I know you don't know the answer.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But,
like,
I mean, like,
also,
if they exist.
They said that they only have found, like, tiny portals.
What does that mean?
That little molecules will go through.
Do they know?
But not anything big.
Like a portal to what? Do they know?
Like, from one spot to another.
Oh. Whoa, that's really weird. Okay, well.
And they, like, move around.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're saying that this is real, but, like, there's none on Earth. Lies. They just don't want us to get to them.
And they're tiny.
Weird.
So, like, a person couldn't go through it.
Yeah. Fascinating.
So, yeah, I'll have that linked if you want to look at that. Yeah. So, I also looked up some stories of, like, other stairs in the woods. These are all, like, you know, other legends. And they, like, kind of sound like stories, too. But they're fun. So, we're gonna read some. So, this one was from, like, the Philippines. This guy, Torkik, I don't really know how to pronounce that. He was a ranger, and he was tasked with searching for missing people in the jungles.
Ooh.
Right? So, same idea. And during one of his patrols, like, looking for somebody, he claimed that he found 2 staircases that led into the forest.
What?
He decided to climb the stairs, and the first staircase was like a stone structure with decorative carvings on it. The second one was something that somebody, like, had put together with natural stones.
Oh.
And he was, like, climbing them. He didn't see anybody missing, but he did see, like, a stray dog. And he, like, ran away from the dog, I guess. He couldn't find the people, so he went back to the city, right? And when he got back to the station, he found out that he got fired.
Why?
Because he was gone for 5 years.
What? Okay.
But in his mind, he was out for, like, a few hours.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
What?
So that's a story from the Philippines about magic stairs. So,
Okay. I was expecting you to say that he was gone, but I was not expecting you to say for 5 years. I was thinking maybe 5 days, hours. Don't know.
Literally. He got fired.
That's so
They're
sad
like,
for him.
He's just gone.
That's so sad. I feel like they should have rehired him. That's messed up.
I mean,
They just didn't understand the circumstance. I mean, would you believe somebody if they came to you and 5 years later and be like, no, I climbed some stairs and then, I don't know, I just came back down. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I wouldn't believe somebody. Well, maybe I would now, knowing this story.
Yeah. Alright, so this other one, I think you might like this one because it has to do with aliens a little bit. So, CDC worker, he was an infectious disease specialist in the 40s. And after the Roswell crash,
Yes.
there were reports of like animal mutilations.
Mm-hmm.
So the CDC was called in to help with the investigation. And it was only supposed to be like 1 or 2 weeks, but it lasted 6 months, right?
Oh, what?
So they were like out there for a long time.
Wait, where was this again?
Like I guess around Roswell. Says
Oh,
after the
yeah, yeah,
Roswell
yeah.
crash. I don't know. Or actually, this story didn't really say where it was, but honestly, I
Somewhere.
feel like it could have been anywhere because were animal mutilations like everywhere after the alien crash?
Okay. This is so weird, Savannah. This is so weird. This ties directly into my story.
What?
And I think that our stories here, at least, are connected.
Oh, okay.
It probably was in New Mexico,
Okay.
is my guess.
Okay, we're just gonna say it was.
So, but yeah, let's just
Okay.
say it makes a lot of sense, and you'll figure out later why.
All right, yeah, we'll get back to it. Okay. And during that time, some people were in the field and they reported weird stares giving off of like some sort of frequency.
Oh, that's so weird.
So like, yeah. So these people, they moved their campsite about 30 meters away from the stairs. So like they tried to get close to them and they spent the night. But when they woke up, the stairs moved.
Ah, what? Oh, that is
Yeah,
like
so
Harry
they weren't there
Potter.
anymore. Yeah.
Well,
And the ground like had a dark spot. It looked like it was burnt
Savannah.
underneath the stairs.
That's so crazy, dude. Because, like, literally, that is in my story, too. I just cannot.
Wait, so is this real?
I'm saying it's scaring me a little bit because I'm like, is it real? Like, it's weird.
Okay, alright. So, the next 2 days, the staircase reappeared, but it was 50 meters away
What?
instead of 30.
That is so
They
strange.
tried to do some, like, readings on it, because I guess they were trying to see, like, what is this frequency? What is happening? You know?
Yeah.
But they tried to take a sample, but the wooden structure of the staircase, it was like super hard. They could not chip off any piece of it.
What do you even mean they couldn't chip off any piece of it? That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. And they like were determined to like prove that they emitted a frequency. They were like,
Yeah.
it definitely is, but they couldn't figure out why. Or like who was receiving this frequency? Was it a message? I don't know.
What?
And then 6 days later, the stairs vanished. So
Where did they go? That's so
looks like-
wild.
yeah. So that one, wait, that's kind of crazy that you said all that.
No, I know. And yeah, I didn't really say anything yet, but it's weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Ooh, I don't know. Yours is about to be crazy. So I do have one other one, but honestly, okay, I'll go over it too, because I was gonna skip it because I was like, I just want to get into yours.
Yeah. No, say it. I'm intrigued.
Okay. So this is a ghostly staircase that's in Sweden.
Oh. See, I think it's interesting when they're around the world.
Yeah, see, so like maybe it isn't just from this Reddit post. Maybe that post just like brought it back up, you know?
Yeah. Like I feel like also like I feel like people now we were more like talking about some crazy stuff, conspiracy theories, but like even like 10 years ago, people like did not want to tell people that they were like seeing stairs in the middle of the woods because they would like think that they were crazy. So, who knows?
Okay, let's get into it. So 2 Swedish students were hiking, Axel and Isaac, and they had been traveling for miles, so like hours and hours, obviously. And they came across a staircase in a clearing miles away from anywhere because they're just hiking out in the woods. They were both like confused. They're like, why is this out here? But they couldn't agree on like what they should do with the stairs because Axel wanted to do nothing. Like walk away, leave them here, me.
You.
And then Isaac was more daring. He wanted to climb them.
That's me.
Yeah, that's you. So Isaac did. He climbed the stairs. And when he got to the top, both of the kids, both of the students, they heard a blood-curdling scream that was, like, loud enough for them to just be like, I'm getting away from here. So they ran away. And when they stopped running, somebody put a hand on Axel's shoulder, and he thought it was Isaac, right? So he looked back.
Yeah.
And Isaac was standing behind him, super far away.
What? Ew.
Yeah. So he was like looking around. He didn't see who it was, but he just remembered that it was really cold.
Ew. Oh, I don't like that at all. Maybe it was the bear man.
I feel like the bear man would be warm.
Yeah, you're right. Why do I just want to give the bear man a hug, even though I know he's evil?
Honestly, true. I don't know. He seems a little bit nice.
I mean, does he? He took that little boy. He's nice.
Well, I don't know. Okay, well, that is pretty much it. If you ever see stairs in the woods, will you climb them now? Still?
Honestly, you'd have to ask me in the moment, because I guess I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I know that I shouldn't, but like it would be really hard for me to not.
No, I really think you would.
I really think I would too. Also, because even if something does happen to me, like at least we would know it was true.
Yeah, true. If it was okay, imagine if it was me, you, and Garrett in the woods, and we'd find stairs.
Yeah,
you two would climb them.
we would definitely climb
and you'd
it.
beg me to. You'd be like, "Come on, you're so lame. You're not climbing."
I feel like we would convince you to.
I'd still be so scared.
Oh, I mean, I'd be scared too, but
oh my god,
that's so funny. Wow, I love that. I mean, I don't love that at all, but that was a really good story. I mean, it really scares me though, because I just don't know. Like, I feel like there's just no explanation whatsoever.
I know.
I just want to see some stairs in the woods, but I just I feel like I don't want to put myself in that situation.
But you have to go like out into the forest. Like,
yeah. I'm not actually
30
to
to 40 miles.
Nope, I'm not doing that. Not at all. Okay, well, is it time for me? Okay, well, sorry, that deafened you. Okay, I'm just going to give a little bit of a trigger warning before I start this, that this story is a little bit scarier than I intended it to be. I've heard about this, but I just didn't realize how scary it actually was before I got way too far in. So,
oh god, I'm ready.
So this week, I'm doing The Legend of Skinwalker Ranch. Do you know what that is?
Sort of.
Okay, so I guess we can just get into it, because boy, do I have a lot of information for you. So, okay, before I get into the ranch part of it, let me give you a little bit of background of like what skinwalkers are. So, they are a cryptid. If you don't know what that is, just means like a creature, spooky, weird creature. And so skinwalkers come from an ancient Native American legend that has a bunch of variations according to a bunch of different tribes. So that's how I kind of found it, tied it in with the other Native American stories, like the Thunderbirds we've done.
Yeah.
So, I
didn't really know that they came from Native American.
No, I didn't either.
Stories.
Actually, I had no idea about that part. So when I looked it up, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So actually, primarily, they come from the Navajo tribe.
Okay.
So in Navajo language, skinwalker translates to a word that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. It's very, it's not even possible. If I thought I could maybe attempt it, I would. Can't. So,
okay.
But the word means, literally, with it, he goes on all fours.
Oh. Don't like that.
No.
Don't like that.
You already know that's a bad sign. That is just not the words I'm trying to hear. So, to the Navajo people, a skinwalker is a witch or an evil sorcerer that can transform or disguise themselves as any animal. And before you ask, yes, it includes humans. So, Frogs, yes. Anything.
Okay.
So, the with it, he goes on all fours, alludes to, being able to transform into any animal that walks on four. Normally, it's not. Normally, they don't turn into humans. They can. but normally it's like a four-legged creature, so that's why.
Okay, so like Skinwalker, aka shapeshifter.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, um, okay, so the very first Skinwalker was from the Navajo tribe. Other tribes believe in Skinwalkers, but primarily, as I said, it's the Navajos. So, um, as they say, the very first Skinwalker was said to have been a shaman in the tribe, and apparently there was some drama, and the shaman like really wanted revenge on the people who were causing drama in their lives, and just one he was just evil, or she, I don't know if it was a girl or a boy,
Oh
but
jeez.
they just wanted to like cause harm upon this community of people, their tribe, because they were just evil. So they used their like shaman powers and rituals, like basically being like practicing witchcraft, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and became what it are skinwalkers today. So
Oh my god.
yeah, use magical powers to turn themselves into this. And then now it's
Okay,
said that like if
but
you want to be a skinwalker, you just have to kill somebody in a really horrible way,
oh,
somebody that you really
um,
love. So
okay. I was just about to say being a shapeshifter would be cool, but then I'm not doing that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it would be cool, except for like these aren't fun shapeshifters. These are shapeshifters who are
Yeah.
only here for the trouble, the harm, the death, the pain, the bad. So
Okay. What about? Okay. Stay with me on this one.
yeah, I got you.
In Twilight, there's
Hmm.
shapeshifters, the
Yeah,
werewolves,
yeah,
and they're natives.
yeah. Okay,
Are they?
skinwalkers. Well, I feel like they're not evil, so I would say
Yeah.
no.
So like, is there good shapeshifters?
Oh, I'm sure there are good shapeshifters. Like I'm positive,
I
and that's
guess. Yeah.
probably them,
Okay.
the werewolves from
Yeah.
Twilight.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, oh, a fun fact is
Mhm.
that skinwalkers can put you into a trance if you lock eyes with one. So, like, one might be a human presenting itself as a human, but if you lock eyes with it, it can hypnotize you
Oh my god.
and like control you. So
Oh.
don't look them in the eyes. Do not. So, obviously, they have some sort of power if they're able to like transform themselves and control you, but they can also read minds, control your thoughts and behaviors, cause disease, destroy property, and cause death and illness and sickness in people. So
Sounds like they. Oh my god.
yeah,
They're awful.
they're horrible in every way.
Were they the
So
ones who destroyed 2020 and 2021? Or...
maybe it's definitely possible. So
Hmm.
okay, so the Navajo people were completely convinced that these skinwalkers were the cause of all of their issues, like wars, fights, their crops not growing, illness, and okay. Also, some other tribes that do believe in them are the Pueblo people, the
Mm-hmm.
Apache, and the Hopi or Hopi. Don't know how to say it, but
Okay.
so skinwalkers, and here is where it ties in a little bit to your story. So skinwalkers are only found in 4 states, primarily where the Navajo lived in Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico.
Okay.
So
So places I've never been.
I have been to Colorado a couple times. Haven't ever seen a skinwalker, at least that I know of, but don't ever
Mm-hmm.
want to. So
Yeah. So that's
yeah,
good.
yeah, thank God, because I'm not trying to do that at all. So, oh, also fun fact: skinwalkers are almost impossible to kill.
Oh,
Yeah, like
that's not a
you.
fun fact.
Oh no, it's a very unfun fact. But there is only one guaranteed way to kill a skinwalker. You want to know what it is?
Yes.
It's by shooting the creature in the neck or the head with a bullet that's been dipped into white ash.
That's a lot.
Do you know what
What?
white ash is though? Because I didn't.
No.
It's the crushed bones of infants.
Why does it have to be
I don't
infants?
know. Because they're just like literally the manifestation of evil in the world. So
Okay, why do you have to be evil to kill one?
I guess that's what they want. You know?
That's
They want to make
crazy.
everybody evil they want, just bad. Bad all around. So they're evil, very evil, no good whatsoever. Normally we do stories in there like, no, we love Mothman. No, we do not in any way support skinwalkers.
No.
Period. Anyway, on to Skinwalker Ranch. So, Skinwalker Ranch was not always called Skinwalker Ranch. It's also known as Sherman Ranch, and it's located a little bit south of Ballard, Utah. Don't know where that is, but other people might. Who knows? But it is the site of many paranormal and UFO activities.
Ooh, UFO.
Yes. So, Skinwalker Ranch is over 500 acres. Do you know how big that is? That is real big.
I mean,
It's huge.
that sounds pretty big. I don't really.
Yeah, I can't really grasp it either, like at all. But
Yeah.
like I know that's really big. Like we own, well, okay, well, like my house is like on 1 acre, and I feel like I have a lot of land. So, if that tells you anything,
Yeah, so like 50 of that, that's.
yeah, it's a lot. So the ranch borders the Ute Indian Reservation, which may or may not have something to do with the strange activities that go on the ranch.
Ooh.
So, as I was saying, many different tribes believe in skinwalkers for many different reasons and like have different backstories behind them. And I didn't really get into any of the other ones other than the Navajo because they're the main one. But the Ute tribe also believes in skinwalkers, but they think that they are a result of a curse that was put onto the Ute tribe by the Navajo people. Because they were like at war with each other, like fighting all the time, and they lived, their lands were awfully close to each other. They were not having each other, period. So they think that the Navajo people like cursed them with skinwalkers because on Skinwalker Ranch, that's like Ute Indian tribe land, and that's where they mainly
Okay.
are.
It makes sense that they would be a curse, you know?
Yeah,
Because the other thing you said was that they did it to themselves.
exactly. And I was like, that just seems a little bit suspect. Like that's a really weird reason to create this evil creature.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of believe them, but who knows? So, ever since the tribe moved off the land and had to have their own reservations because America, there have been 4 owners of the ranch, which is not that many. So, all of them have like crazy, unbelievable stories, but I'm gonna focus on Terry and Gwen Sherman, the second owners of the ranch. So,
Okay.
when they moved onto the ranch in 1994. They were so excited. They were like, "We have this huge land. We got it for like a good price." That's never a good sign.
I know. That's how like all these stories start, though. They're
Exactly.
like, "Oh, we got it so cheap."
Exactly. Well, they didn't get it like so cheap, but just like
I
cheaper
mean,
than
like
they
I
thought.
guess for what it is. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. So, okay. So the only rule that the previous owners told them was that they need to contact them before digging any digging on the land. And they were like, "Okay, that's weird." But like, okay, fine.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Like that's like a
Like,
real
you have to
odd,
contact us to dig on your own land.
right? Like that's weird. And but like if somebody told me that, I understand this was the '90s, different time. But if somebody told me that, I would be like, okay, are we on an Indian burial ground or what?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Which I mean, they are known, and they should have known that going in that they should not do that. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can guess what happens. So,
Yeah.
okay, so one of the first things that the Shermans did was like the first night they got there, that the house and the windows, like everything was perfect, everything that they wanted, but the windows and the doors had like so many locks, bars,
Oh.
like, and they were like, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe the owners, like, they seemed a little weirded out by like digging on the land. Maybe they were just like worried about security or something. I don't know. Like that they were, I don't know, in danger, even though they're on 500 acres of land. Like,
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
right. I would be a little concerned, to say the least, if I saw
It's like,
all of the
if I
locks and
saw
things.
so many locks, if I saw more than 2 locks,
Right.
I'd be like,
Right.
what is trying to get in here? That you're-
Exactly. Exactly.
Uh,
Like, that's a problem. So, as I said, I'm sure you already know that these people did not listen to the no digging rule. And they were starting a farm. Like, they wanted a ranch. Like, they
Yeah.
had animals and they had to dig. Point blank.
and they didn't tell anybody?
No, they didn't tell anybody. They dug just a little bit, and that night, the day after they dug for the first time, they heard absolutely horrible, loud metal sounds, and it seemed to be coming from the sky.
Metal?
metal, like metal clanging, clashing together. And it's weird because that even recently has happened like around the world in weird places.
Mm-hmm.
So like in weird places where UFOs have been spotted. So I'm like, like aliens are a big part of this story. So I'm just like, that's weird. Metal
Okay.
sounds.
Hmm.
Um, so, and that is like, even not with these people's stories, metal sounds coming from the sky are in almost every single story from Skinwalker Ranch. People hear it all the time. And I'm like, that
Seriously?
is so
What
weird.
does that
Like,
even mean though? Is it like thunder but sounds like metal? Like
I guess it sounds like industrial is what I'm thinking. But like, they're on
okay.
500 acres of land. There's no industrial things being built anywhere near them.
Right, right.
But I think that's what it sounds like. So that's really unexplainable because like there's nothing around them building like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, so that same night that they're hearing those sounds, they're like walking outside, like, what is going on? What is that sound? And they see a coyote, like far in the distance, but they see it, and they're like, oh,
Okay.
look, it's a coyote. Like, we better watch out. And whatever. Then it ran away. And then the next day, they were like telling the townspeople or whatever, their friends, whatever, like about the sounds that they were hearing and that they saw a coyote, and they were like, there are not coyotes here.
uh
Like, what are you talking about? And they were
hmm.
like, no, you
Are
must
there
have just seen
not?
like a dog. Apparently, I don't know. I have no idea.
Hmm.
um, they were like, but it must have been like a dog or something, and it just ran away. I don't know. So they were like, okay, that's
Hmm.
really weird.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, that seems a little suspect.
right. So then, like, the next night, they see it again. But this time, it walks up to them.
Oh no.
And it gets, like, real close, like, a couple feet away. And then, like, a noise occurred in the forest, and it scared it, and it ran. So, don't know what that
Oh
was
my
about. But they
god.
were like, it's definitely a
Okay.
coyote. Because
Well,
that time it was close. They're
yeah.
like, it wasn't a dog, it was a coyote. So that's weird. I don't know if there are or are not coyotes in the area. Don't know. Never been to Utah. But I don't know. Didn't even look it
Yeah,
up.
honestly, it doesn't. Alright, I don't think there are.
Interesting.
Like, just thinking about it,
Yeah,
like, I don't know anything about it, but just.
same. But weird. Okay, so then a couple days later, they're still digging. Dumb. But this day apparently was like a really big dig day, whatever they were doing. And they went to bed or whatever. Next morning, they went to go dig more, and they couldn't find like the digger tool. So they're looking
What?
around for it. They're like where is it at? Where do they find it? Tied up in a tree.
What? Tied up!
Tied up in a tree with rope. Like what? Like,
Wait,
huh?
what?
Like, first of all, they didn't already,
Oh,
like, I'm
oh my
not
god,
blaming
because they
them.
said don't dig.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm not blaming them, but they already told you to not dig, and then now you're digging, weird things are
Mm-hmm.
happening, and now the digger's tied up, and you
Yeah,
still think
see,
that you
that
should
makes
dig?
sense. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have done it.
Right. And like, if they don't have a bad feeling now, like, something's
I
wrong.
know.
So,
Yeah,
um,
honestly.
yeah. So, did they stop though? No. They kept on. They were like, we just have to make our ranch, the ranch that we've always dreamed of. So, they got animals, they got cows, they got the whole 9 yards. And they were specifically like cow farmers. But they didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
lot, but they were just like, starting out. And long story short, they ended up, like, the cows just like slowly started going missing. And, at first, like,
Okay.
one cow might not be like weird, two cows even, but like, it's started getting weirder and weirder. They're like, where are they going? Like, we have this huge
Yeah.
property. Like, they can't
How many
be.
did they lose?
Okay, well, they lost seven. They didn't have a lot.
Oh,
They didn't have a lot to
wait.
begin with.
Isn't
But
seven like a unlucky number?
yes, it is. And so I feel like that's weird. So four of the cows just disappeared without a trace. Like, did not,
Hmm.
no idea where they are. And
Okay.
three of them were found horribly, horribly mutilated. So
Oh.
the most gruesome one, I'm going to just say trigger warning again, maybe skip 15, 30 seconds because this one's gross,
Okay.
but it's so unexplainable that I feel like I need to say it. So they lost the cow. The guy, Terry, went looking for it because, I mean, thinking he was going to find it. He found it in a ditch, and all of its blood was completely drained from his body. Not a drop of blood was in the body or anywhere around the body. Anywhere around it, no blood. And all of its organs were gone. and it was just like mutilated to shreds, but no blood whatsoever, not a drop.
Oh my god.
How weird is that? Like, huh? Where'd it go? No idea. So,
That, oh my god, when I see, like, whenever I see stories of that stuff happening, it's just, like, oh my god.
right,
It's just crazy.
like what could have happened?
Okay, but I was already thinking earlier, because I brought up Twilight, right?
Yeah,
And I was like,
vampires.
okay, these skinwalkers are starting to sound like vampires a little bit with
They
the, like,
are.
mind reading and,
I know. It scares me a little bit because
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
right. I don't know either. Maybe it's just the Cullens
And
out
now
there.
they just left a cow with no blood, so,
Right.
Interesting.
This is sounding more and more like Twilight as we keep going.
See, I'm telling you.
Okay. So a less scary, more fun cow disappearance, even though, none of them are really fun. But this one's a little bit fun.
A fun disappearance.
You'll understand why. So,
Okay.
this was like in the winter. It had snowed, and one of them is missing. Like this man, his job is to watch over this like ranch, and so he knows when the cows go missing. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll be like,
Right.
"Where is Bessie? Who knows?"
Yeah.
And so he saw tracks in the snow from the cow like walking. So he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna follow him and find this dumb cow walking
Okay.
around." And so he's walking and walking. He's walking a couple miles, and he gets into this clearing, and all of a sudden, in the middle of this field, no more tracks. Stops abruptly in the middle of this field.
Oh no.
What does that sound like to me? The
An abduction.
stereotypical alien abduction.
Exactly. And they're always taking cows.
Exactly. Like aliens don't even want people. They want cows. And I'm like, where did it go? Also, it's in the middle of this huge field, this huge open field. We haven't even got to the alien stories yet, but we are about to. So,
Okay.
yeah.
This
Ooh,
is-
it's so creepy in every way. Like, where did the cow go? Like, stop messing with the cows.
Where did the cow go? I don't know.
Another thing that Terry would say that he would hear almost every single night on the ranch is just a bunch of voices talking in different languages that he didn't recognize. Right? Like, what? Like, sir, are you not scared?
Yeah, like leave. What?
Him and his wife live there. I'm like, are y'all just like, oh yeah, just the voices out there. Like, huh?
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is like normal to us now. We're used to it.
Right, right.
Like what?
Like, huh? So not only is this place known for like skinwalkers, there's also aliens that we're about to get into. Just a bunch of weird things, but people have also said to see other weird legends such as Bigfoot or Sasquatch on the property.
Of course. It's just like a gathering, like a watering hole for all of
Right,
these
right, for all the things.
cryptids and beings.
Yeah, it's where they hang out, you know?
Exactly.
Okay,
Makes
so
sense.
the Shermans also, among all of the other things I just said, they also have seen so many unexplained flying objects, aka UFOs. And they said every time they like look the same, like this circular, like lit up circle thing that could like fly in a bunch of weird directions, like not like a normal like plane or jet.
Okay.
And it was like a bright white light of energy, but it was like a ship, sort of. It was like it's hard to explain. And if
So,
you're like,
an alien spaceship?
yeah, like an alien spaceship, basically, literally.
Just the typical one you see.
Exactly, like the typical like one, like they say now like the Tic Tac is what it looks like.
Okay, yeah.
So, they would see this all the time. It started out just like one time, and they're like, "What in the world is that?" And then it kept getting more and more frequent. So,
Oh god.
so the final straw for the Shermans was one night. Terry's outside working, as usual. He had dogs. He had like 3 dogs, and they were all with him. And he was just working, putting stuff away, and he saw the orb, light, spaceship, UFO thing.
Just, normal day.
Just low key. Yeah. But his dogs also saw it. And when it realized that the dog saw it, it started flying really fast. So the dog started chasing it. And
Oh my god.
it was going so fast, and the dogs were just running after it as fast as they could possibly. And eventually they got too far, and Terry couldn't see him anymore. And then he heard 3 little sad yelps. And so he ran, followed their tracks. And when he found whatever, the spot that they ended up in, he found 3 round, burnt/scorched circles. And the dogs were never seen again.
Oh my god, they took the dogs.
They took the dogs. So
I hope they're having the best life
I hope
up
they
there
are.
in space.
I really hope they are, because it scares me. Like, and they were just never seen again. Like, can you imagine?
Okay, I'm just gonna imagine these little dogs just in space, like
having the time of their life.
Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. That's what I have to imagine too, because it's just so awful.
They're in a spa.
Yeah, they're in the alien spa.
They're actually like they're gods.
Oh yeah, they're living on the dog planet.
Exactly.
They're the rulers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, even though everything else that the Shermans had already went through, they were like, you know what, the dogs, that's the last straw. So,
Okay,
which, I mean, I relate to.
That's good. Yeah.
Like, I would do the same. So, after only living there for 18 months, they sold the ranch.
This all happened in 18 months.
18 months, bro. I know. When I read that sentence, and I thought that I thought this was over the span of years. It was 18 months.
What? It kind of makes sense why they stayed then.
Yeah.
It's like,
short time. Like, they just spent so much money.
Go through it.
Like, buying the ranch. Like, imagine buying your dream home on your dream property, and then this starts happening to you.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't sell it at first either, honestly. So, but, the Shermans weren't the first or the last to report the UFO sightings, and there were actually so many, because after these stories started getting out around town, like, people started talking about it, and they were like, I've seen the same thing, the same weird flying tic-tac looking light thing. And so many people started talking about it that the Defense Intelligence Agency launched its own investigation into Skinwalker Ranch. And I don't know if you know what the Defense Intelligence Agency is,
I don't.
It's like the DIA is like all about aliens.
Okay.
And they were only like in 2017 is when they were even like first talked about publicly for the first time.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Like,
oh my
it was like a hidden type of thing, So, the Defense Intelligence Agency spent $22 million in this investigation of Skinwalker Ranch. And this is documented. But no papers have ever been publicly released on what they found. Typical. Honestly.
Okay.
But yeah. Like actual serious, like, it is true. The U.S. government, a branch of the government from the Defense Intelligence Agency, literally did a huge investigation costing $22 million, and nobody knows what they found. $22 million.
What if they didn't even find anything?
If they didn't find anything, why would they not just say that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. No, they had to have found something.
You're not going to spend... I'm sure they didn't come up front with $22 million. I'm sure they had a little bit of money, found something, and then spent a lot more money to figure out what that was.
Oh my god.
Crazy. So...
I feel like it probably has more to do with the aliens than it does with Skinwalker.
No, me too.
Because...
But what if they're one and the same?
I have my own theories about aliens.
Me too. But also, like, I don't know. What if they're, like, working together? Who knows? I don't know. And who's even to say, like, right. what if they're not working together? What if it's just one, like, what if it's the Skinwalkers doing all of this? I don't know.
Yeah, because they could just, like, theoretically, they could just turn into them, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, any of these things could just be Skinwalkers. Period. And, like, what if, like, the thing that they were like, oh, I saw Bigfoot. What if that's just a Skinwalker being bored? Like, let me dress up as Bigfoot right now to make these people scared.
I know. Oh, my God. Honestly, true. Like, anything you see around there could just be, like, a Skinwalker. Like,
exactly.
You can just say that that's what it is.
Exactly. So.
Like, oh, my God.
I know. It's really insane.
Wait. What if the dogs and, like, the cows... are actually just skinwalkers, and that's why they disappeared, because they, like,
maybe
transformed into something else.
Like, literally, maybe. Like, honestly.
Wait, what?
It's so weird. It's so weird.
Anyway, let's go back.
Okay. So, the Shermans decided to sell the ranch after the dog incident, But they didn't have to look too long and too far and too hard because they actually got an offer for the farm before they even put it up for sale.
Okay, that's good.
And it was from a millionaire real
Oh,
estate,
okay.
like big in real estate man named Robert Bigelow, who is a ufologist
Oh my
and the
God.
founder
I've heard
of,
of this guy.
yes, same. And he's also the founder of the National Institute for Discovery Science. So this
Okay.
man is all about some aliens, all about like wanting to study aliens or whatever's going on here, specifically at this ranch, and he wanted to figure it out. So he was actually the one who hit up the Defense Intelligence Agency, and that's when that happened with the 22 million is when he owned it. So okay, he bought the ranch for $200,000. Isn't that sad? Because the Sherman just wanted rid of it so bad. They were like, I don't care. And
Yeah, honestly, he probably could have afforded so much more than
yeah,
that.
oh, he definitely could have. He could have. But the Sherman, they didn't care. They were like, honestly, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
But when we sign this over, we're never speaking of it again. So
Yeah.
we don't ever want to be asked. We don't ever want to be called. We like told our story, and we're not talking about it again. We're trying to move on. So that was the last that they said on that. So when Robert Bigelow was the owner, there were so many tests, so much research, cameras all around the property, the government investigation that was going on, documentaries, TV show filmings. I mean, like all of it, all of the things that you can find on it is from when he was the owner of it.
Okay, so he like saw this
Yeah,
in the shadows and he's like,
yeah.
I need to get in there
He was like, yeah,
and
he was like, I'm figuring this out.
publicize the shit out of this.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I am gonna be the one to figure this out. But no real proof ever came from it because personally, me, I think the real proof is locked in whatever files that they spent the $22 million on. That is
Oh,
not
yeah,
available
it
to the
definitely
public.
was.
So, in 2016, randomly, Robert Bigelow sold the ranch to somebody named Brandon Fugel, and he's the leader of Adamantium Holdings, which is a shell corporation of unknown origin. Nobody knows who these people are. Nobody can really find anything about what the company does. What
Okay, did he sell to the government?
That's what I'm saying. Because guess what happened?
Hmm.
Um, since the ownership changed, all public roads have been blocked. Security is 100%. Nobody's getting in
Oh
there.
no.
Period. Nobody. You are not getting on the ranch at all. And nobody knows like who these people are or why they bought it and why. I mean, we know why, but we don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but fun fact actually, in January of this year, the owner, Brandon Fugel, invited Post Malone to come to
What?
Skinwalker Ranch and
Why?
investigate. Because I don't know, I'm obsessed with Post Malone, so I don't know if you know this, but Post Malone is obsessed with anything like supernatural, spooky, legends, whatever. It's his
Okay,
favorite
yeah, I
thing.
did not know that. I mean,
It's his
same,
favorite thing.
but
Like, same. And I'm like, Post Malone, like, be on our podcast. Because he's been on a
yeah,
lot of like
honestly,
spooky podcasts. I'm like, come be on our podcast, bro.
that is so funny.
But
I
yeah,
didn't.
he like invited him,
What?
and
He
but
got to go.
yeah, he got to go this year, like just like 2 months ago.
Oh my
But nothing.
god.
He hasn't said anything about what he found, what he saw, nothing, nothing. I guess
Oh
he
my
probably had to
god.
sign so many
What?
forms. Like I'm not gonna say anything. I just want to go experience it.
That's
Right,
what?
right. So there's also like huge, not really huge, but there's some TikToks about Skinwalker Ranch, or just like skinwalkers in general in the area of the 4 states that I said. Um, and there's one that I saw that really traumatized me. It's like this group of girls just on a road trip, and like they're driving separately from like this one girl's parents, but they're all together or whatever. Um, and the girls stop and they're like taking pictures of this like really pretty area that they're in, and they're just like on the side of the road, and they hear the one girl's dad from below this bridge that they're parked beside, screaming like, "Oh, whatever her name is, like I don't remember her name, Maddie, come here," and it's like her dad's voice,
Okay.
but they're like, "No, we just left them back there like at the gas station." Like they're like, "There's no way that's him, right?" Like, huh? And you can like hear, and he's like, "Maddie," like or whatever her name was, like, "Maddie, please, I need your help. Please come down here. Please come down here."
No.
And you can hear it, and they're like they didn't go because they were like, we know for a fact that that's not him, and they
Oh
know
my
like the
God.
stories of the area, but like that might have been a skinwalker trying to
Tell
get
me why
them.
that's like one of my biggest fears. Like
No, me too.
there's like that one story of like that same thing happening. Like
No, I know,
somebody calls your name, and then you go down there and
and it's not
like
who you thought
somebody's
it was.
waiting at the stairs, like
Yeah.
that's not me or something. And it's just like,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yes. Ew. It's like
Yeah.
it sends literal shivers down my spine, even to think
Yeah.
about it. Like, oh, it's just so disgusting. Like,
And
what if you
then
just
oh
hear
my
my
God.
voice? I'm like Savannah, but it's not me.
Okay, and the fact that you don't know which one's which though.
Exactly. Like, how are you ever to know? But actually, there is a way to know.
Okay.
So skinwalkers, they can look exactly like human, but the one thing, and I feel like you might can guess it, the one thing that they can't mimic. Do you know what it is?
No.
It's eyes, human eyes.
Oh, all right. I was going to guess that
Yeah.
actually, but
So like
I,
the
I
eyes,
didn't know if I would be
yeah.
right.
Like the
Okay.
eyes are like the key to the soul. You know, that's what they
Okay.
say.
So what did their eyes look like?
Their eyes look like animal eyes, and I don't really. People didn't really explain it.
Oh.
They're like it's not really explainable, but you can just like tell that their
Okay.
eyes look different than what they should look like, and that they look more animal like. And I'm like, that's so weird and freaky. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So, but also you can't look into their eyes that deep, or
Um.
they can like hypnotize you and trance you. So
Oh
like
yeah. Well.
it's like a double-edged sword. I don't know what you want to do. If you want to prove it's a skinwalker, but risk getting hypnotized, I don't know.
Could they hypnotize you to just see normal eyes?
No, well, I don't know. That's a good. I don't know.
Maybe.
I guess we're gonna have to go ask one. I guess I don't know. So,
That's
but yeah,
crazy.
that's really all I have. I don't really know what else to. I don't
Oh
know
my
how to
God,
explain
that
it.
was crazy. Okay, the government definitely bought that building. Like,
Oh,
all right,
that's definitely whatever.
allegedly.
Allegedly. That's what I'm saying. Like this. Don't come after me, government. I'm just trying to spread a legend. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that the government is hiding something. Wink. Wink.
Yeah. Me either. With the stairs in the woods, yeah, me either.
Yeah, no. This whole episode, honestly, scrub it. Like, we made it all up. Actually, none of it's true.
True. Yeah.
Wink,
Exactly.
wink. Yeah. Well, wow. I can't believe we're literally already done with episode 5.
I know, and this one was. It felt like it was a little bit longer, but
It's
honestly,
longer.
not.
No, it is.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Actually, I'm not sorry about that. It was too good of a story, too juicy. And honestly, I didn't even tell every part. Like, I could probably make a part 2. Probably won't, but
Yeah,
definitely couldn't.
I feel that.
But yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, thanks for
Okay,
listening.
Tell your friends.
Yes.
Get us some more listeners.
Yeah. Rate us on Apple Music or
Yeah,
Apple
definitely.
Podcasts.
Yeah, because I
Um,
think that like gets us on the charts.
Yeah.
And then we can get more people.
yeah. We need Post Malone, hit us up.
Oh, definitely.
Also, Garrett, hit us up if you want to be on the podcast.
Yeah, he definitely didn't listen to something.
No, I know.
I'm gonna have to tell him. Listen
It's
to
so
the
funny.
end.
We could say anything we want about him and he would never know.
I know.
But as usual, sources are below. Definitely peep the one from NASA about
Oh, I
from
was just gonna say
Savannah's
that.
article.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
that one sounds crazy. Yeah. Don't go to Skinwalker Ranch. You're not going to get in.
Yeah, don't.
I wouldn't go anyway, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I guess that's all we have. So,
All right.
yeah. See you next week.
Okay, cue the music.